God.
All right.
No, we're just gonna start on you.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Go ahead. Say.
So we was talking, right? We was discussing hockey, right? And we think that the strongest hockey users in the verse are those without a devil fruit. Yes. Shanks, the Mihawks of the world, right? And then somebody made an interesting comment about who had stronger hockey. I'm gonna be the one to say it. I think right now, as we speak, right now, if Mihawk was to pull up on Shanks right this second, Mihawk smokes that nigga out the water. He blows his ship up. He takes his other arm if he really wants it. That man Shanks is a fraud. Ever since he's lost his other arm, he's not him. It's not really him. Don't be fooled about him beat a kid. That's not enough. It's not enough.
Oh man!
Because what are you talking about?
Nah.
Look. I'm telling
look. If we're going down to why Mihawk won't fight Shanks.
Oh man!
If we're going down why Mihawk won't fight Shanks, it is
because he doesn't want an easy W.
Mihawk takes the fact that Shanks is away his arm as an insult, and he's not trying to get smoked by a one-arm nigga that's been doing it in the game for 40 years, bro. He's not.
He already knows he's going to be the laughing stock.
Mihawk saw his duel as an anchor for their friendship. Him and Shanks being fucking 1-to-1, going at it every day.
Yes, Mihawk was
as a sign of this friendship. So when Shanks lost an arm, it was like, all right, Shanks, you gave up on the duel. Say less. We're not even going to scrap. But Shanks, as soon as Shanks saw him for the first time in the anime, he was just like, you want to fight again? Because we could go. Shanks
Mihawk laughed at him.
Mihawk did not. Mihawk made a joke about it because he was trying to defuse the situation because he saw Shanks was tight and he didn't want that action.
Shanks was sitting there like this, like, oh, you want to fight like this? And Mihawk looked at the whole missing arm and was just like, yeah, please.
It's like I feel like Shanks is boxing with Mihawk. I feel like they're comparable to each other, but I don't feel like he has better hockey than them. Just off the fact the Black Blade speaks volumes to me. If that's your primary form of attack, and you have one arm,
Shanks Blade ain't black. He don't even.
It don't need to be black. He has conquerors.
I think it needs to be black. I think Conqueror's hockey makes the blade black, though. I think you need Conqueror's hockey in order to make the blade black. That's the
I'll give you.
I think you have to override the will of the sword.
But I'm not giving you that Mihawk is stronger. That's the thing. I'll give you Mihawk as a better swordsman. In terms of skill and abilities, I'm sure Mihawk has a skill to keep up with Shanks, no matter what kind of speed, strength bullshit he's doing. But he's not stronger than Shanks.
No. I don't know. Okay, straight up. Okay, Shanks' bounty is what, 4.1? Is it 4.1, something like that? 4.2, whatever it is, right? I feel like his bounty is that high off of reputation, and he is strong. He's strong.
Like because he's moving.
He's moving.
No. Let's be real.
Mihawk is not moving.
We got to be honest about Shanks here because the reason why his bounty is so high is, yes, he's strong. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's strong. He's got great hockey. He's got a well-balanced
the government.
But at the end of the day, he is Shanks. What's his last name?
Figureland,
man. I mean, it's true. I think you got to give it a little bit
stronger. We're already seeing how strong
he's playing pirate. He's one of them people Kaido was talking about playing pirate. He over
got to give him his respect.
So why did Kaido acknowledge him though?
Because he gave him. I think he gave him the ones. I think if you give somebody the ones one time, it's enough to respect it.
And he actually has a real gun, so you gotta respect him.
You know what's crazy? Shanks was pulling up to Wano. He didn't even know Kaido was dead yet.
But he wasn't worried because Luffy was there. I feel like he had confidence at the end of the day that the situation wasn't going to be an issue.
He knew who Luffy was. He knew Kaido was going to get. He knew the fruit Luffy really had too. Or at least he might have realized it by that point. And was just
at some point he had to come to the reality that there's like there's a good chance Luffy might lose, which he did. But Shanks pulling up there means that he was very much aware enough to say, you know what, maybe I might have to bail Luffy out.
Yeah,
and we both know.
If that's what he was coming to do, nigga was way too late.
Shanks is always late. This is canon. Shanks is always late.
Luffy lost the arm being late 3 days ago.
Yeah, I was Kaido been down. Luffy recovered.
You know how long it took for news to travel in that world?
No, would have recovered. That's why
You know,
Chad.
news that's not propaganda in the One Piece world. Nah. Come on.
I'm not buying it.
He found out about it later.
Because you forgot about it. Shanks is tapped in. He knew where everyone was at. He knew what island, who was
Maybe
going
he was
to.
3 days away from Wano.
He was tapped in. He knows what all the pieces are. So he said to himself, he probably already knew Luffy already beat Kaido and was just like, let me just show up here just in case.
Dealt with the stragglers.
That's what I'm supposed to believe?
Green Bull. He dealt with Green Bull before he even got there.
He wasn't needed. That's a fraud. A fraud pulled up to that island and was about to went from a forest man to a folded man because Luffy and them was sitting at the top of the hill, ready and waiting. They was gonna smoke, buddy.
Still injured though. Still injured.
They was going to smoke that man.
They was not worried about it, honestly. Like
not at all.
He was worried about that nigga.
Low key, if the fight would have went a little bit longer,
he was gonna get jumped. He was gonna get hopped crazy.
If anything, Shanks saved him. He saved somebody.
He was about to get hopped crazy.
He saved someone. It didn't have to be Luffy that time. He was just like, listen, bro, you're gonna have to step off because you're about to really get jumped for real. Like
he was about to get hopped different.
Him and Yamato was throwing blows, and listen, Yamato, I don't know. I think as that fight would have went on,
eventually all roads would have led to that. So Yamato would have been there.
If Yamato fucking transformed at all, like if Yamato transformed, started using advanced conqueror's blows,
it's one thing to have fire defense. You don't got ice defense for a forest. No forest.
She swung one time, right? And he was just like, "What is this hockey? Who are you?"
About to say, fuck ice, man. That conquerors touch you, start touching you up. Shit.
He looked twice at her. It was just like, wait a minute. Who is this? You were not on the scouting report.
Yeah,
but no one could really get to him like that. She had to surprise attack him.
If she's there and she's boxing with him and Zoro and fucking Sanji pull up, they're fondling him. What the fuck? Like they putting that nigga, they putting that nigga fucking in a different place, my nigga. What? They putting that nigga down, filling that nigga up, bro. Oh no!
Oh man, yeah, he's a fraud. So Shanks didn't have to be there. Shanks was there. Yeah. He was there. Shanks is, you know who Shanks is? I called on to you, Shanks. You're the guy that when somebody had already fallen to the floor and they start to get up, you don't want to be like, yeah, I caught you there, didn't I? You slide your arm underneath them while they're already sitting up and then help them up. That's you, Shanks. You've been caught. You've been exposed because that's what you're a fraud. We see it.
I feel like my thing is I feel like his crew, his prestige, his strength definitely does add to his notoriety. But I feel like
it's his
when it comes down to it,
I
think he's fighting Mihawk. I think
the name is more than enough reason to put respect on it. Like I think that's more than enough reason. Like if it turns out his family,
if somebody touches my boy, I want another cleansing myself.
That's in terms of the world government. Let's talk about that. In terms of the world government,
he's the head of the God Knights. He can make it happen.
In terms of the government, no one can fuck with Shanks really because he's got the family name. He's probably part of a special.
That's what I'm saying. Family. So
if
you eliminate
in terms of other pirates, he still had that respect. Come on now. Come on. Like, you're not gonna tell me Kaido, Shanks, Whitebeard gave a fuck about some God Knight.
Give me an
Big
example
Mom acknowledge
him respect.
Kaido acknowledge him.
Big Mom Kaido did. I'll give you Kaido.
Yeah, I mean, but I take Kaido's acknowledgement. That's a big one. That's a big resume check.
He has Whitebeard's acknowledgement.
I don't know.
Those are two of the strongest people in the verse. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I think Shanks
they drank together on the boat. Whitebeard clashed with him. There's respect there.
Shanks is respected. I just don't think. I think when it comes down to prestige, like we talking about like marquee, like we talking about draft pick status, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about the full package. If it's me, I got the number 1 pick.
Shanks.
I'm taking Mihawk. I'm taking Mihawk. That's me. I'm taking Mihawk.
No way.
That's me. Just this.
That's
no way. You would waste your first round pick like that?
I would go to build my team around this nigga. Yeah. Build my team around a nigga like
that.
Not
even Garp first? That's crazy.
if it comes down, okay, what class
between
we
Mihawk and Garp?
If we taking a limited pool of niggas, right? We taking niggas from like that generation, niggas like 40 years ago. I mean, or 40 years old or so.
All right, everybody get a pick.
Teach, Shanks, Mihawk, who else is like maybe 40 years old from that age?
Wait. So we're drafting people right now, like as them in their prime, or
who would you take? I guess who would you take? Say you know what they're gonna be, right? You have them at their lowest, right? You know what they're gonna be at their fullest potential. So you're going purely off of like what you see, right? Okay. Eye test. Them at their youngest, their potential, what you see, right? You know, say you have a picture of what they're going to be as
I already have my draft pick
fully grown, right? Who are you going? 1, 2, and 3.
First round, one pick.
First round. Teach, Shanks, Mihawk, and what else are I throwing there? Doflamingo, I guess. Doflamingo, but Kaido's too old. I feel like he's just outside of that, that same. Yeah, it's like they're like 20 years ahead of the story.
20
and it's
years
just Pirates.
Just Pirates. Jinbei I put in there. Who else?
Okay, now I got to put some thought into this. 20
Kuma.
Years, that changes things. Because I would say Kuma. I would say Dragon. Right?
Dragon. No, but we can't put niggas we haven't seen yet though. So I would take Dragon out.
Kuma and Dragon.
No. I can't leave Dragon.
First off, Dragon started
Kuma was
as a pirate. And Kuma was a warlord, which makes him a pirate officially. Right?
Okay.
So, technically, they were both pirates at some point, right? That's 1. 2, yes, we've never seen Dragon throw hands, but off the influence, off the aura alone,
I don't know.
The aura's moving me. I'm just saying, the aura's moving me.
I want it because if that's the case,
and Shanks is it? What do you mean here?
Shanks is in it.
Because I see the front. Look. Listen. I was once like you. I was once blinded too. Shanks still got the aura, but he paid for it. He's a pay-to-win player.
You niggas say he could
pay to.
He paid for his player points.
He going to daddy's wallet and getting a couple extra dollars to get the.
But he's not even flaunting around that his dad is a god knight. He hasn't even been talking to him. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? His dad don't even like him.
VC pack.
He
don't even know that.
His money on VC.
His dad wouldn't even like him. They got 2 separate mindsets. Like his dad hates people who protect the weak, and all he does is protect the weak. They don't even honestly, like each other. They don't even pops.
If I throw that celestial shit out the window, I still don't even think that. I just think that Shanks overall. I think he's going probably 3rd overall in his class. If we being real, if I'm being 100%.
Wait. Who's his class?
Blackbeard, Mihawk. Who else is around in that? I would say Doflamingo. Fucking. I would say Kuma. Jinbei. Who else? Crocodile. Who else? Okay, that's like 8 niggas right there. If I had to take from those 8 niggas, I would say probably off rip. It's probably Teach number 1 if I'm putting Teach in there, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's probably Teach. Then it's Mihawk, right? And then it's Shanks. And then after that, you could line them up how you probably want. Then you got probably Kuma. And then you line them up how you want outside of that. But if I had to take one, Mihawk. Shanks is 3.
I don't know, man.
Shanks is 3.
Bro, I'm taking Shanks frame 1. What are you talking? Future sight
over Blackbeard.
Yes, bro.
You're taking Shanks right now with 1 arm?
Yes.
No, man.
Yes, over Blackbeard.
Oh, you sound like the Charlotte Hornets right now.
There's a reason Blackbeard ain't pull up on Shanks yet. There's a reason. There's a reason
like Michael
no
Jordan
one
right
has
now,
pulled up on Shanks yet, bro. There's a
his
reason.
Daddy's a god knight. That's the reason.
It's not about his dad, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's not about his dad, bro. It has nothing to do with that man. No, it's because Shanks wants to smoke. Y'all understand? Shanks puts people down regularly.
Oh,
that's
why.
What do you mean?
He gonna be
Shanks moves different.
That's Shanks.
No. I think Shanks is like that. I just don't think
Shanks
that
is
it's when it comes down to like who's gonna carry my team to the next fucking
Bros
level.
concede like 4 minutes into the future, bro. What are you doing with his team?
Cool. Listen, that's cool.
That's crazy.
I got a serious question.
What?
Right.
All right,
if you don't think you think he's not using his dad's name, then how did he go and meet the Gorosei?
That's how he made it. No, that's how
him and the world government. I'm talking about him and other pirates.
I think he got it out the mud.
That people respect, except for Bartholomew, who don't respect nobody.
I think he got it out the mud.
But
I do.
He's
we know Beckham keep an eye on him, huh? That's his. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know, crazy. I would want that personally. As a Ben Beckman fan, I would be more than happy with that.
You know who got it out the mud? Mihawk.
Mihawk definitely got out of the mud.
Was 10 toes down solo, one man, just him and his sword.
He's different though. That nigga, he
was fighting Marines, man.
And he's an anomaly. Nigga was out to just cause chaos.
He was just out here fighting.
He was just out to sow chaos in the world.
Nigga was fighting vice admirals. He was fighting all the vice admirals that didn't matter. He never fought Garp.
Nah, that nigga was just an agent of destruction.
When did he fight Garp?
Oh, why did Garp avoid him?
Yeah. He was dealing with Roger, bro. I can't turn my back on the world's greatest pirate. What am I doing? Like
that nigga Mihawk, agent of destruction. He was just walking the world, fucking shit up, hunting Marines.
Man was hunting the trashiest tier of fucking vice admirals, bro. Come on now. He was fighting vice admirals with no devil fruits.
Listen, now fuck that. He's not scared to get hopped. That he knows that niggas are coming after him because he's killing. Imagine a nigga going around killing cops. Just blatantly outright blaming police officers, right? And then going back to sleep at night. He don't give a fuck. He knows that if
not even like
that. And the police know where he stay. They got his address.
He's challenging cops.
Got the biggest, most recognizable sword on the planet. You can see that nigga from a block away. Like
instead,
man's on a chair in the ocean.
They looked at that man and said, "Listen, we don't want no more smoke. You've killed 40,000 of our soldiers, and we've done nothing but cross your path.
Sir, we would like to invite you formally to join us.
Because it's a little too much work to deal with him. Because at the end of the day, they could send the admiral.
They were not. Listen, they're not
sending the admiral to a point and be like, "Yo,
sending an admiral to
maybe he'll come back." You could.
They're not
sending the canoe out for Mihawk is gonna lose a leg at the least. Like Aokiji not leaving with both legs, Mihawk not leaving with both legs.
Wait. You think Aokiji stronger than Mihawk?
I think Aokiji and Mihawk are about the same.
Fuck no.
In terms of power, his devil fruit and his hockey abilities, I think they lasted about the same. I think it'll be a long, drawn-out fight.
The reason why they said no admirals after this nigga is because if they did, they're not coming back.
I'm not going to deny that. There is a chance that the admiral will not make it back, but I think there's also a chance that Mihawk is getting folded.
Okay, wait.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's an easy win either way, but I think if you send a Kanu, the original three, even Kizaru, even if you send Kizaru over there, I think there's a chance. I think there's like a 50-50 chance that one of them is, one of them is coming out on it.
I'll give you a Kanu. That's the only admiral where I think about it. I'd be like, he might get him. Right?
You don't think Aokiji could get him?
No, I don't think no other admiral gets Mihawk. I don't think any other one does.
Wow.
I think Kizaru, if he's really down, like he's down, and that's for him. He's not built for this.
That's why I said I barely included Kizaru, honestly. But Aokiji and Akenu, I think could have a better chance.
I think is a cut below Akenu.
And I would say Akenu 60, Aokiji 50, and then Kizaru 40. I would put it like that.
But then I would put Mihawk at 59. If Akanu's 60, Mihawk is 59, and Aokiji's 50.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be 100%, like 100 and 110% real with y'all. Uh-huh. I think that nigga Mihawk is otherworldly. I think that nigga as a fighter,
any type of feats like that.
I think as a fighter, but the fact that we haven't seen him.
He has though.
He destroyed a fleet of fodder. He threw a shot at Whitebeard that blocked by the second captain. Not even the first captain, by the second captain.
No. But that's where you're wrong. It didn't get blocked. It didn't get blocked. No.
It got redirected.
Because he couldn't block it. A man made a diamond said, "I cannot stop this. I am
a casual shot, mind you. That was in a named attack, nothing. That was just let me see something real quick. Let me just see something.
How far was it?
He was across the front.
His name is Hawkeye. I mean, I'm sure he could throw shots. At the same time, though.
Casual flick of the wrist.
At the same time, it never touched Whitebeard.
Because Whitebeard got
hold up.
And I don't think it ever would. Honestly, I think if Whitebeard actually blocked the attack himself, it would be way less it would be way less effective.
I don't think Whitebeard blocking the attack. That's the difference. Now hold on now.
No. You just made a wild statement. I need you to sit there and go.
I don't think Whitebeard blocks the attacks. I do think he gets up out of there. I think he redirects it.
You think you think he moves out the way? Because that's an even wilder.
No. He moves the attack out the way. He's still very much.
I think he pulls out his big ass shit, swings it, knocks the attack somewhere else, and puts it away like little boy. What did you think you were doing just now?
I think him and Mihawk are sitting there like him and Roger was back in the day. 3 days, 3 nights.
I don't think
at that point in time,
I don't think Mihawk is as strong as Roger at all.
No, because you got to remember, I'm talking about old man Whitebeard now. I'm not talking about Prime Whitebeard. Yeah. I think Roger and Prime Whitebeard and Prime Roger, God tier. Don't touch them. Jordan and LeBron. Leave them boys.
Wow.
Different world. But old man Whitebeard, that's Jordan on Wizards. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think he's
about 12 points a game. All right.
He can go out for 42. He can do both. But he can definitely be gotten. That's the major. He could definitely be gotten. So I think Mihawk, he's one of the people that can get Whitebeard, old man Whitebeard. Or at least they can clash like him and Shanks did. Because I don't think Shanks clashes with Prime Roger.
Honestly.
So do you think Shanks blocks that attack as well?
Yeah.
No.
If you think Shanks and Whitebeard,
I think Shanks with 2 arms.
Hockey.
I think Shanks needs both arms to fight him.
You think Shanks needs?
No, I think Shanks blocks that attack.
Yes.
I think Shanks deals with that. I think he deals with that. I think he could block. I think him and Mihawk are comparable. That's the thing. I think him and Mihawk are going blow for blow. I just don't think he could really, when it comes down to like the end of the day, I don't think he's dealing with him for real. I don't think he's putting
a lot of naps going on today. That's what I think. I think everybody is.
Or there's a couple people awake, man. I think it's time to wake the people up.
Now listen, the Black Blade means something. The Black Blade means
off of Clout. Look, in One Piece, they already showed us Clout is good. Clout, it changes things.
But you got to earn Clout.
Buggy's a Yonko off of Clout. Rayleigh.
Buggy earned Clout, though.
Scared off of Blackbeard off of Clout. Clout does it sometimes.
Rayleigh earned that Clout. It's not like any of these characters have the clout just handed to them like they were just,
really at that point was
Shanks did. No. But Shanks did. Shanks was born.
He was on Roger's crew. Of course, he has some clout.
Because where did he get stolen from? God Valley. Why?
Yeah, but who else knows that?
Because his rich daddy, Roger, the man stole him. Roger know that.
Just Roger knows that. That's why Roger trained him like that, because he knows he was gonna grow up to be a hitter.
They know that. His Shanks' daddy know that.
Nobody knows that. All the pirates that respect him don't know that.
All the people that broke
they
out
just know him as Red Hair.
All the 5,000 slaves, they all know that. Which means all of the revolutionaries.
I mean, they're part of the revolutionaries. They don't care. They're not interfering in pirate business. I'm saying people that
you the son of the ops. I might have to come around for you. If I can't get to him, I might have to get you.
I just think
that's going to be an impossible task for the revolutionaries.
I don't think it's worth the effort to try and go after a nigga like Shanks. Crew alone,
Dragon would have to do it directly. Dragon would have to pull up personally, and that's too much work.
It's not worth boxing with a nigga like that. I just think that at the end of the day, Shanks is strong. He earned his reputation. I do think he's like that. I just think it's
just swaying Mihawk's way.
It just swings in this direction.
Like,
I think it just swings
in a world where pirates are constantly getting stronger. Shanks has been Yonko for how long?
But he just been sitting still. Nigga just been sitting. He's been sitting down.
2 years?
2 years and 2 months. That's how long Shanks has been in Yonko.
Okay, so 2 years and 2 months, he's acquired land that no one really goes at like that.
Mihawk had that.
He has a fleet.
He had that 20 years.
And 2 years and 2 months? Really? 2 niggas really tried him. And that's Bartolomeo and Kid. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Niggas tried Big Mom.
No, that is her arc. That's crazy that Bartolomeo and useless Captain Mid is trying you.
Because one, Kid don't know. 2, Bartolomeo has the most busted universe.
Because you know,
I think Bartolomeo just happened to get away because he was in a random town.
All day.
Kid tried Kaido. What happened? Kaido killed him, wiped out his whole crew, threw him in jail.
And also, Kid made the mistake of pulling up directly. Like, he tried to approach wherever Shanks was actually at. Like, he came to wherever Shanks was actually at. Bartolomeo was just on some random Shanks territory, just fucking around,
Shanks
taking out
sent
flags.
Kid to Davy Jones' locker after first taking an arm from him.
Beckman did that shit first. Actually,
he didn't even fight him first.
Yeah,
he wasn't even. Had my hitters handle that technically. So Kid isn't even a variable. Only reason Shanks went off like that is because Kid was about to go off on
that's
some
still
old
a
people.
stain on Shanks' resume.
I'm just saying, 2 years though. That's one nigga per year.
Let off a railgun. He blew up some boats. He actually
in his mind
territory got touched,
and then he woke up.
Now remember, before Shanks came outside, they said, "Yo, this guy Kid is going crazy on the coast, and we think he wants to fight." He was already blowing up ships. He was already attacking land. He was about to really go crazy with the railgun, and then Shanks did Shanks things.
Yeah, because he was probably just doing some regular naval warfare, firing some cannons at some ships. He thinks it's Shanks, and then when he got close to the island, he was like, "All right, bet I'm letting off my off rip. I got charged. I'm here." Shanks shut that down immediately.
I mean, he was doing the whole shit ultimately, so I mean, that's why I feel like
he was doing whole shit.
That was. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. That's all in the sake of war, but
it's pirate shit. I get it, but you're on the whole side. You're on the whole side of piracy. That's what
it was unnecessary what he was doing. Like what he was trying to ultimately do was unnecessary.
Blackbeard, Doflamingo, just whole side of pirates, just the whole column.
I think he was going after his arm. That was revenge for the arm shots. That was revenge for the arm shots. I see
it back in blood. He just didn't realize that Shanks stood on business and that arm.
Yeah. I just don't think he thought he could be attacking that far. I don't think he knew or realized he was in attack range from that distance.
That's what I'm saying too. How fast did he get to homie?
Yeah,
I need to see the anime. Fucking animate that. I need to know.
Did
he jump from the beach?
No, he probably did. He probably skywalked because he learned from his government rich daddy. That fraud.
He was taken from his dad as a baby, bro. He probably learned from
He went back home. He went back home. We know he went back home. We've seen him home at least once. He was back home. That man is a fraud.
Yo.
What island did they drop him off at? Remember when they was like, "We're not gonna bring you out to Lato." Why? Because you're the ops kids. They knew. Rogers knew. He couldn't see the real goal.
So that's actually kind of a valid argument. I'm not
that's crazy. So you're not gonna see it because of that? That's wild.
Right. Yeah. Because at the end of the day,
like
the
your
blood that
lineage
runs
is the
through your
ops.
vein is the ops. You're just nothing but an op.
Nothing but an op is crazy.
Nothing but an op is crazy. And then raising him though is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even though I gotta take that back because we also learned that Luffy is the son of a man that once worked for the ops as well.
Yeah, I mean,
also left Buggy too. So unless Buggy's the ops for real.
Buggy's just unfortunate. He caught the flu at the wrong time. Honestly,
nigga's unlucky as shit actually.
And he would have been in the way if they ran into anything. So
if that nigga found out the truth of the world, I think he might have had a lot more potential as a pirate going forward. But then maybe he wouldn't have been a pirate if he figured out the truth of the world. So
yeah, I could see him giving that up immediately.
Once he figured out the real truth,
I think he would have just packed it up. I think he would have just gave up on
life.
Yeah,
became like a fisherman or some shit.
Yeah,
and I'm a baker.
Yeah, you need Buggy.
Move on. Start a family.
Yeah, that was good. I think we're gonna come back around to that. I think we should revisit that draft. We'll do a draft. Let's do a draft.
I think we'll see as time goes on, especially because I think we're gonna see a lot more of these characters now that we're in the end game. Because Dragon's gonna pull up. I'm still confident of that in the story, so we're gonna see a lot more of these characters now that we're in the end game. Mihawk's gonna move soon too. I'm convinced Mihawk's gonna move soon.
I don't think so too much. I think Crocodile's gonna move, and they're gonna be using Mihawk's name a lot or reputation a lot to just.
As soon as this egghead shit is over, I think we're gonna get more into the cross kill. I think we're gonna.
Crocodile moves. He better have hockey for his sake. I swear to God,
I think he does. I think he does. I think at this point he has to.
It'll get real crazy.
If he does not have hockey, they need to get that man off my screen immediately.
He wasted his life. What was he doing all this time? You got.
I think he put it together.
You standing with Mihawk, you better have put it together. Learn.
Put it together.
Yo, big bro. How are you so strong?
Right. Because even with hockey, he's not going to be able to do anything about Mihawk once Mihawk decides, like, I don't fuck with this no more. So,
I mean, the world government immediately put a price on his head. That once they figured out who was teaming up with who, they put an immediate raise on his head. Nigga went from like whatever he was at to like almost $2 billion. So
yeah,
I definitely think the government assumes or thinks he's that much of a threat.
I mean, where do we think Buggy's gonna go with this? Because last we saw him, he was talking about how he wants to chase down the One Piece. You think they're gonna help him, or
I think they're gonna get in the way. I think they're gonna get in the way of a lot of shit. I think that's their role. They're gonna fuck shit up.
They're gonna move. They're gonna just start moving. I think you're right. I think they're just gonna cause chaos, and then because Buggy is Oda's favorite character, he's gonna stumble into the One Piece. Somehow he's gonna stumble into it. So.
Right. Probably going to be a big battle on on Laugh Tale.
He's like probably going to find.
He's just climbing up and he finds a One Piece.
Honestly, what I can see happening is Buggy and them finding Lodestar Island, right? The island before Laugh Tale, thinking that's it, and finding like Captain John's treasure on it or something like that, and him thinking, okay, this is enough. Like I found the One Piece, not knowing that there's more. And then randomly sailing, sees the Straw Hats, follows them, and be like, "Oh shit, there's more." Learns the ancient history. Him and Caribou feel like the two of them are gonna learn the ancient history, and then that's just gonna be that.
I ran down on by God's Knights.
I'm not against Buggy stumbling into the ancient history. I feel like it would be interesting for just to see him come full circle too, because he should have been at the final island initially. So if he discovers the One Piece too, I'd be okay with that. I also would be fine with Zoro's final with Mihawk, because I don't think the One Piece is gonna be the end of the story. Like I don't think when they get to the final island, like once they actually get to the final island, I think they're just gonna learn the truth of the world. But I still think there's gonna be a final step to accomplishing the One Piece. That's why Roger said he was too early. Like, I think it's like I don't think it's like a thing there. They're just gonna get the full scope of everything. And they're gonna say, "Oh, well, we can do this now. Well, we could do it now. Like we could fucking do the thing." So I think
it's definitely gonna be some kind of final war between like basically all the races of the world, because now you're gonna have Crocodile and the Cross Guild with their rogue pirates and their whatever army Crocodile's trying to build. You're gonna have the revolutionaries there. You're gonna have the world government there. You're gonna have Luffy and all his grand fleet there. Whatever Yonkos are left over after everything blows over. I think it's gonna just end up being one big war like it was with Joy Boy, and it's just gonna so happen to be that basically the majority of the world is on this one spot, like duking it out.
All the major players,
and like essentially every race of people that's gonna lean towards uniting everybody in some type of way throughout that.
So I think that's gonna happen ultimately, but I think they're gonna. Because I still think the One Piece is going to be when they destroy the Red Line and make the all blue. I think it's going to be connecting all the oceans and everything all at once. But I think they're going to figure out a way to like let the world government's plan be known to everybody. Like they're going to find a way. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the catalyst, and the world government say, "Okay, end game, end fucking game," and that's going to be the war. Like then
too many people know.
Too many people. Oh, everybody knows the Grand Line where the Red Line is destroyed. Okay, it's wraps. Let's do it.
It's just like, where's the pen? Where's the map? We're crossing people off.
We booming niggas now. And that's when we got that's when niggas have to team up and say, okay, time to take out the government, because these niggas are despicable.
Blasted into submission.
Yeah.
One island at a time.
I think I definitely think that finding the One Piece is gonna be crazy though, because that might be when the duel happens. I think because I don't think it's gonna happen after the war. I think Zoro and Mihawk are probably gonna fight before the war. And I think it's going to cement Zoro as the world's best probably before it.
I mean, well, what would you do if they don't end up fighting at all? Because I know a lot of like fight predictions we make for the anime or for the manga or whatever tend to not really fall in line the same way we hope.
I think he'll still get the title. I think whatever happens, the title will be, because that's Luffy's goal to get the One Piece. I don't think that Zoro won't get his goal by that point. I don't think Luffy's going to get his goal without Zoro getting his goal. I think pretty much all their goals coming together is going to happen kind of at the One Piece. Like Sanji's going to get the all blue. Luffy's going to get his, the One Piece, obviously. Zoro's going to be the best swordsman in the world. Nami at that point will have probably charted all the oceans in the world. Usopp will probably have been like a brave warrior to see. Fucking Robin will have put together the history of the world. Frankie would have built the ship that sailed all the Grand Line. Frank, all their dreams would have been true at that point. So I think it'll all come together by the time they get to the One Piece. So if he doesn't get to do with Mihawk, it'll be whoever Mihawk potentially loses to, if that ends up being what the story goes with. But I think Zoro will go into the final war with the military as the world's strongest swordsman. I think he'll probably be equal to Ryuma. I think it'll be like Ryuma going into the battle against the world government at the end of the story. That's what I think is going to be the strength level for at least him going into that. So that's why I think the duel will probably either happen there or just before there.
I still think it's not Mihawk that gives him the world's strongest title. I think you're right about everything you said. I think everyone's dream comes true at the exact same moment. Because it's kind of like an interwoven fate type of thing.
For sure, yeah.
But I think it's probably going to be the Gorosei member, the swordsman one. That is truly the world's strongest swordsman. I think it'd actually be kind of dope if there's some sort of 4-way fight between him, Zoro, Mihawk, and I would assume Garland. Garland.
Interesting.
Probably as the 4 top swordsmen
in the world to see who.
And they just have some sort of 4-way brawl where it's 2 people fighting 2 people. Then maybe they switch opponents and they're rotating in and out, or however the fight goes. I do think it's going to come from those 4.
That's actually interesting, a free-for-all just in general. They're just
right.
Anyone takes anyone. That would be interesting, honestly, because we're going to have to see. That's always been my question, because I do believe that's why I think one of the Gorosei are going to fall here at Egghead, because I think we're going to have to kind of see them thinned out a little bit by the time we get to the end game, because if they're all this astronomically powerful, I don't think there's going to be enough people together by the end of the story to say, okay, we're going to see them really get defeated in a one-on-one scenario. Because I don't think it'll be a one-on-one scenario, but I don't know if there will be enough powerful people.
They're getting jumped. I think that's the story in a way, right? I think it comes full circle where they're getting jumped, but they're getting jumped by the people they oppress. So maybe a king and their army. So for instance, maybe one of them, maybe the swordsman one is fighting against Momo, Zoro, and Yamato, right? And it's those 3 versus that one Gorosei member. And then there's another one where it's King Riku, Rebecca probably is there for some strange reason, and Law fighting against another Gorosei member, but this guy is the one that's directly backing Doflamingo or is behind that family, whatever the case may be. I think they get jumped, and it's kind of they get their karma back in their way, where the people they oppressed are getting them back and kills them. One of them gets jumped by slaves, Boa and a couple other slaves. One of them and Jinbei. One of them's definitely getting hopped by some slaves. That's all I can think of right now.
I would be fine with that happening. I just need to see enough, I want to say, powerful combatants at the end of the day, because I personally don't believe if we're seeing Garcia, because now if we're seeing Garcia move here, I think we're going to see Garcia versus Dragon. I think that'll ultimately be the final fight, or at least the biggest fight of this arc. It'll be Garcia versus Dragon. I don't know if we're going to see enough power, because even if they get hopped, right? I don't know if they're that weak that would matter, because it doesn't seem like Garcia right now is hoppable. With the niggas that are there, if we take into account the niggas that are there right now, we got Jinbei potentially there. We have, say, even if we throw Zoro into the case, we got Jinbei, Zoro, Sanji, and
Frankie
there, right?
No Luffy.
I would take Luffy out of the equation, because Luffy definitely is the wild. That's someone who I definitely think can hurt him, for sure. And Zoro probably can hurt him as well, but I am just curious to see if that amount of those strong people on that level, people of that caliber, the top echelon of his crew, if they're capable of really damaging Garcia. Because if they are, then I have hope for that. If they're capable of really putting Garcia's back to the wall, or at least making him have to be serious in this confrontation, then I could say, okay, you know what? Maybe he could get jumped by a few people who are in that same tier, like a Boa Hancock, or you know what I'm saying, a Rayleigh or something like that. I could see, or a Law. I could see that. But if not, I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely think we're gonna have to see like more powerful people as we get to this point. Like I think Sabo's gonna get a lot stronger. I think Dragon, obviously, I think he's gonna defeat a Saturn here, but I think we're gonna have to see a lot more scaling in terms of strength for the end game.
Honestly, I think even if Dragon shows up in this arc, I think him and Luffy will still have to tag team.
You think so?
Yeah,
I can see that too.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. I think Dragon is more than capable of like doing damage to Garcia, but I think that little bit that's gonna like bring it over is gonna be like Luffy with the follow up because
I think Luffy's gonna end up having to fight Kizaru though. I don't think Kizaru's done. Kizaru's gonna get up mad and he's gonna use his awakening. I just think Kizaru at the end of the day is not built to handle Luffy. I think we've seen that, right? But I think the difference is that he didn't think that he was not built to handle Luffy. So I think from the out, like once he gets up from the outset, he's gonna say, "Okay, awakening. Let's put this to bed real quick." And Luffy's
what if he doesn't have an awakening?
I think he does.
He is lazy justice. Like what if he was just not in?
He's not lazy. He's unclear justice.
He's unclear. Right. I feel like he gets up. Even if he doesn't have an awakening, I feel like he gets very serious.
Lazy is Kiji.
Yeah.
Oh, Kiji.
Okay. Yeah. Nigga falling asleep and shit like that.
Yeah.
I do think that he gets up though, and I think Luffy has to fight him seriously again. And he's gonna this time. He's not gonna. I think it'll be different too. Because remember, also he wasn't really trying to fight Luffy. He said it too. He was like, "I'm really just trying to get the Vegapunk, and you're kind of just getting in the way." Right. So
I'm not taking that excuse.
I'm not. Listen, I don't think it's an excuse. I don't think it's an excuse. I
that man got folded.
He got folded. I'm not taking it away from him. It's definitely a dub. I mean, it's definitely an L. My bad. Definitely an L. However, I do think that if he starts fighting him, or at least trying to fight him more seriously, I do think the fight is more back and forth. I think Luffy still wins ultimately, but I think he has to go a little bit more towards like the end of the fight with Kaido, where he has to start pulling out more bigger, not like a massive attack like that. Not saying an island-sized attack, but I definitely think he has to start going into his bag a little bit more to start hurting Kizaru as the fight continues. I think he might have his hands full a little bit.
I think you're overrating him. I think we've seen it. I think we've seen like a Conqueror's coded Awakened Gear 5th is just a different level of strength.
I definitely agree.
A person that doesn't have the durability, it's an issue. I agree. I think he's the example of it.
I definitely agree. I don't think that his durability is ever going to really scale to it. But I think just in terms of actually fighting a nigga, like if you're trying to fight a nigga more seriously in terms of I'm going to actually try to win this fight. Because I mean, I still like I'm not using I'm not using him trying to get Vegapunk as an excuse. But I do think the difference of like I'm trying to win this fight as an objective does make a difference. So I think it might be different trying to fight him going forward.
I was gonna say I think the surprising factor here for Kizaru was Luffy's durability. I think the majority of people that Kizaru hits moving at light speed don't get back up. And if you kick this man off an island through 2 barriers and a robot, like when he popped back up as a giant, Kizaru was like, all right, what the fuck? Like, I thought I ended you. Like, I hit you at light speed. Like, there's no way you got back up. So, and now you're just a little charred up. Like,
it's funny you said that because I kind of noticed a little bit, even in the fight with Kaido, when Luffy was getting hit a lot of the time, he was just making things into rubber as he was going through them. So it was like, even if he was going through shit, like ultimately the damage he wasn't taking wouldn't be as bad if he was outside of Gear 5 because he was just kind of preternaturally turning shit into rubber. So even if he was going flying through shit, ultimately when he landed, the impact wouldn't be as bad if he was just smacking into the ground normally. So I think that's also a factor. He's not taking as much damage. He's taking damage, but I definitely think the scenarios where if he wasn't in Gear 5, he would be taking more damage. So I think he kind of has that as a passive, like just a passive ability. He's just not taking as much damage because of Gear 5th in general.
So there's damage reduction and then there's increased damage from how hard he hits.
Exactly.
Just in Gear 5th base on top of the Conqueror's Haki. Yeah, there's no way Kizaru's really built to hit him. But I think with a little more focus, it's going to definitely be a lot harder to hit him.
I think it's going to be hard. I don't think Kizaru's just going to just start getting hit now. I think he's going to get like, okay, I'm not trying to take that. I'm going to just start to just try and hit you and get out of there. Do what I got to do. I definitely think he's going to show out a little bit. But I think it's going to go down. I think this is going to be ultimately Luffy's going to definitively put this nigga down. Like he's not going to be speaking after it. Like he's not going to be able to talk and respond to fucking, Saturn's questioning. He's going to be asleep. He's going to be unconscious. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be a victory. The rest of the Marines gonna look over in shock. They're gonna be like, oh, first time. So yeah.
Yeah, they probably never seen an admiral get put down.
Put down for real. And the other nigga's still standing up, and he's still standing up, and he's laughing and shit. Yeah, like
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah, rolling around laughing, dying laughing.
Too. He's crying. Nigga,
yeah, madness.
Nigga is crying.
Man is losing it,
bro.
And then his fucking dad is beating the shit out of the fucking supreme commander of the world next to you. Like,
I was gonna ask about that. How many do you think there's any Marines out there? So they revealed in this, what is it, 1097, that Dragon is, he was a Marine, which most people figured anyway. But he was at some point as a Marine, but he left, right? So two questions are, A, how far up the ladder do you think he got?
Oh, okay, I can tell you. I can tell you what I think.
And then B, is there any prominent names you think have like a relationship with him?
I think he was in the same class as Aokiji and Kainu and Kizaru. I think he was probably in that same draft class. But I think Aokiji probably joined the military after him, or at least he was younger than him. Because I think he kind of replaced Dragon in Garp's life. That's what I think. I think Aokiji just kind of replaced that nigga in Garp's life.
Overall, like even as a third admiral.
Just overall in general. But I think he probably left either when he was a vice or a rear admiral. So I think he was probably pretty strong.
All right, so if he was about to get to admiral rank, and we know all the admirals kind of have devil fruits, do you think he has a devil fruit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think the world government gave him a devil fruit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think his devil fruit is world government authorized for sure, like the rest of them.
He was climbing the ranks. I would say he probably was. I want to say he's an admiral. I lean towards vice admiral, but I think an admiral just because they've still to this day not shown who the other admirals were when Sengoku was an admiral. Sure. So we know Kong was the fleet admiral, and he was the one calling the shots. He called Garp and told him to go to God Valley. And he was running everything. Sengoku was an admiral at that time, but who were the other two? They've never mentioned it. At the time,
Sengoku and Dragon. Wasn't the other chick with the wash fruit? Wasn't she also?
No, she was a vice admiral.
She was a vice admiral.
Yeah. She never went past vice admiral, and only that other guy was up for admiral. I forgot his name. The one that was eating with Garp when they was talking about rocks in the flashback.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
And Green Bull and them took his spot because they were stronger.
So, I think he could have been an admiral. I don't know if my problem with him being an admiral is I don't know if the world government how incompetent are they though? Because how do you let an admiral? That's I mean I guess.
What if you don't have a choice?
Like he's that strong? I do think he's that strong. That's the thing. I don't know if maybe they couldn't have stopped him, but I think if that's the case, I
think it probably boils down to he got to a point where he was that strong, witnessed some wild atrocity, and was just like, yeah, nah, I'm not with this.
But that's what I'm saying. At the bare minimum, I think he was a vice admiral because one, they only bring those upper class to like the wild shit, and they also know more about the world as far as like the Gorosei members and who's being subjugated or destroyed and shit like that. They're also kept into the loop of that information. So I'd say at minimum vice admiral, but definitely a chance for him to be an admiral as well.
Yeah, I can see that. And I don't think he knew anybody else. I do think he might have been part of that.
Honestly, maybe.
I think he was in there.
Given vibe,
I think he knew them all. I
think he might know Isho.
I think Isho's a revolutionary. I think Isho's like a secret revolutionary. Just in
that would be fun. That would change.
That's genuinely what I think. I think that's why he just popped up. Why would a nigga that strong just pop up? Like, think about it. Like, nigga that strong, no training, just ran the devil fruit.
Ended himself because he witnessed an atrocity that was more than likely caused by the world government. That's
who he joined, the military. That nigga is a secret revolutionary.
That nigga's working on the inside. For real.
He's working on the inside.
And that would be crazy. That would explain why he fought Green Bull.
I think
my only issue with that is that he wouldn't have went after Luffy or Robin and them.
For sure, though. That's
technically
for sure,
did it.
That's for sure. Yeah, that was like he basically He did it because literally the government authorized Doflamingo. Like his whole point was y'all authorized this nigga Doflamingo off of principle. Right. Like this is what y'all wanted. Now y'all want me to go after this nigga. I'm not gonna go after him until out of chance it happens to be that I should go after him. And then he did. But ultimately, I don't think that he wanted to go after Luffy. That's why he let him go. Ultimately, I definitely think the people played a factor into it, but I do manage to still get the Straw Hats on that boat without damaging the people. For sure. I think he could have figured out a way to do it, but he didn't. He didn't do that.
He sure could have just been a random strong guy just in the cut.
I don't know. I don't know. Nah, because with a devil fruit like that too, just walking around. Maybe if he had no devil fruit. Maybe if he had no devil fruit.
If that's strong, right? You have to send there's a certain prerequisite of person that has to come your way, right? He's wild strong. At a certain point, yeah, I can send Akainu to go get you, but at what cost? Because Akainu's not going to bring you back. You're dead. He's going to kill you. He's going to kill everyone here. And I'm going to have lost 4 battleships and 800 Marines. For what? It's just as easier to leave you alone. You're not really exposing anything. You're not a pirate. You're not causing any trouble. You're just kind of just here vibing, right? And then I'm going to go to your king and be like, you know what? I'm going to let y'all come to the reverie. And I'm going to let you pass on the next 3 months of the heavenly tribute. Just give me that really strong guy. Make him one of our Marines.
Well, we don't know if he just joined or if he always been a Marine.
He said he was drafted in the last World Draft.
Yeah, it was in the draft. They picked him up in the draft. I just think that my issue with that is that for the most part in the world, especially when it comes to devil fruits, like the powerful devil fruits, it doesn't just seem like most people just stumble into them. Like the ones that we've seen that are like just very good devil fruits. I'm not talking about like the random, Luffy's fruit, I would say even is not really very random. Like someone had to plot to get that fruit. But for the most part, the fruits that are really good, people are aware of them and they're like sought after and they're like protected and shit like that.
Not all of them.
Most of the powerful fruits we've seen. I don't think there's a single powerful fruit that we've seen that's been like even Enel fruit in Sky Island. That shit was mad coveted and crazy. Like that was nowhere. No one could have gotten the fucking Rumble fruit unless you were on Sky Island because it was on the Sky Island. Like it was up there for some reason. So there's a lot of fruits that are just randomly like they're not in places that you could just like get. And I would quantify his fruit as one of those fruits because gravity is a wild ability to just have the like power. I think that's some shit somebody gave him. I 100% think that that's some shit like somebody said, okay, you're strong. Let me go ahead and supplement that shit. Let me go ahead and give you some shit to work with. And I think it was probably the Revolutionary Army. I do. I think it was Dragon. I think Dragon said, hold that real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's nice.
No, I can't say that. Only because I think he would have gave it to Sabo first.
I don't think Sabo was around before he met Isho. Isho's a lot older.
Isho's older.
You think he got it way back when? Like
way back when?
I think it could be. I think Isho could have been traveling the world doing other shit for the Revolutionary Army. Like, I mean, that's where he could have seen some atrocities. I don't know.
Or Dragon could have saved whatever was going on his island or some shit. Like, just that random encounter would be more than enough. I think they could see eye to eye.
I think the world is that big in the One Piece world. I think it's just sometimes it's just a really, really like just think about it. Odin was just really, really strong.
But he's from Wano. I mean, Wano was a nation of strong niggas. He was an anomaly though, and they had niggas their history is like they got a history of anomaly niggas.
Kaido is from the Vodka Kingdom. The only time you've ever heard of that kingdom is during Kaido's flashback.
I believe Kaido is a unique species though. Kaido is also he's the only nigga we've seen. I think Kaido is a unique species. Yeah.
Whitebeard was born on a rainbow.
I believe that nigga is also. I also believe that nigga is. Okay. I think he is. Yeah, I believe he's a different nigga.
Gold D. Roger, born in random lockdown.
Okay.
It's just random people. Random islands just produce randomly strong people. The island Luffy's born in, the Goa Kingdom, randomly produced, presumably Garp, Dragon, Luffy, Ace, Sabo.
But let me ask you this.
Random island that no one really knows.
Do you consider those niggas strong because of genetics, or are they strong because they got it out the mud and genetics? I think it's a combination of both. Because I don't believe Luffy at all. I don't think Luffy or Sabo at all would be as strong as they would be without like having to go through what they went through in terms of.
I don't think it's all genetics, but I definitely think genetics plays a factor. You can look to that fucking fraud Shanks and how his genetics of his daddy got him through the One Piece world. He sailed through the seas with a silver spoon in his mouth.
He got trained by Rayleigh. He had the best.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That is cheating. That's cheating. That's cheating. Nigga had really trained him. That is cheating.
He came up.
That's not his fault. He didn't ask for this.
Rayleigh.
He didn't ask for this.
Why?
He was bored. He didn't ask to be bored.
Him out on an excursion.
Whose fault is that? It's not his fault.
That's crazy. Having Rayleigh as a trainer, personal trainer from birth is crazy. That is a wild.
And it's not like he's not doing nothing with it. You know what I mean? Because he can really just be, just some rando pirate just rolling around with 6 dudes, just roaming the ocean. He's actually,
Can he really? Because that's what I say about genetics, right? If you're the son of him, you're most likely going to be him as well, right? It's pretty obvious.
Look at
right?
Ace.
Roger Ace. Even though Ace is wasted potential, I've seen a meme. Someone said that Ace is the D Rose of the One Piece world.
Damn. Damn. Oh shit. Unfortunately, yeah.
Not that fragile, but equivalent L's. So
I think it's pretty. Him not knowing hockey. That's the ACL tear.
We have to at some point we have to retcon that. At some point we're gonna have.
Did you even read about your dad, bro? Like, come on now, stop.
We're gonna have to retcon that shit.
Forget your dad. Do you see the man that you're sailing with, Whitebeard?
Yeah.
You think? I know he got a crazy devil fruit, but it's not just that, right?
You were being raised by Gart. Ace had all the cards, bro. Stop. Yeah. Ace had all the cards. Ace is fraudulent. Nah, Ace
I would say that he's stupid. I mean, that's why I say we have to retcon it. Unless we retcon it, and they have a good chance because they've shown us plenty of Ace flashbacks recently. Within the last 2 years or so, we could easily retcon it.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It doesn't make sense.
Let's retcon it.
Ace did have he got a good run.
The genes, he had the teachers, he had the
it makes no sense.
Only thing he didn't have was protection from the world government, like that fraud Shanks.
He's protected from the world government by the world government.
You know what? I will say
the strongest people in the world don't touch him.
I will admit that is a great advantage. I mean, I think the pirate angle is, you can say what you want about the pirates, but not having to deal with the world government.
It's not the same experience.
Unless he was attacking the world government, which I don't think he was. I mean, the only time we know he did have he interfered with it was when he stole,
the
Nika.
We had to break into Ain's lobby, rescue Robin, and then still wake up and get chased by his grandfather.
Listen, Shanks pulled up the Marine Ford.
And was let him sail out. He took Whitebeard's body.
Marine Ford.
Because you know why?
All the cards.
Because
they had 3 admirals there. They could have just bodied him and kept it pushing.
No, they couldn't.
Why did they do it?
Because Garland would have came downstairs. Garland wouldn't
even about it. You think Garland gives a fuck about anybody that's on a celestial dragon currently?
The Goras, they do. All of them do.
Yeah, they said we respect.
Sengoku.
They essentially said we respect your dad enough to talk to you. They didn't say we won't smoke you if you get crazy. They didn't say that. Because if Shanks would have took out his sword and been like, "I'm here for the fight," they would have jumped that man.
Why would he do that?
Why would he do that?
He would be dead. He would be dust. He wouldn't do that. He can't do
because
that.
His daddy gave him the key. His daddy said, "Oh, come in, son. How you been? Take your feet up. Take your shoes off.
Nah.
Oh, you want to talk to them? You want to talk to your uncles? Go ahead. Go. Have fun."
This man do not bang with Shanks.
I can't wait till they meet, bro. Because I cannot wait till Shanks meets.
I don't think they meet.
You're gonna find out that they are ops. Like they
into each other.
I would like that. I would like to see that.
Each other.
I would love to see Shanks.
Their philosophies on life could not be any more different. Like
that'd be fire.
I'm gonna keep it a rack with you. They not meeting, man. They not running.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Shanks is getting packed before they run into each other, man. It's gonna be unfortunate, man.
Blackbeard.
Listen, I want to tell you right now. Invest in this nigga right now. Invest in this nigga Blackbeard right fucking now.
Yeah. Don't full screen him.
He's gonna. I'm here to tell y'all. He's gonna be next year or so. Next fucking 40 chapters. Whenever Egghead ends. We're going to see some villainous shit. Some of y'all favorite characters is not going to be around no more.
Yeah. Is that up for Dragon?
Everybody. It's up for everybody.
Oh, everybody. He's that. Everybody's
talking. That's not my favorite character.
Oh shit!
It's getting real.
Oh shit! He's him. Blackbeard's up there.
Blackbeard's absolutely top 1%. Absolutely. But I don't think he's pulling on Shanks in no time soon.
I'm telling you, he's gonna clutch it. He's
gonna
pull
up on him for it. He doesn't have the crew for it.
It's not. He doesn't have the crew for it. Listen, fuck the. Honestly, he does have the crew for it.
He only took out Law.
No, listen.
With the third of his crew.
Listen,
Law has five regular niggas.
All they gotta do is stall. All they gotta do is stall his crew long enough for Blackbeard to put hands on this nigga. If he put hands, listen, I'm trying to tell you. I think the gap between Shanks and the rest of these big top niggas is one, he don't have no devil fruit fucking backup for durability. If he gets touched, for real, if he gets touched, let him get blessed. I'm trying to tell you.
Wait. And how many arms that nigga got? How many arms that nigga got? One.
All right. How far could Blackbeard see in the future? 0 seconds? That's crazy.
Listen,
that's wild.
I think Blackbeard's gonna get weak with this fruit. This is the first fight. We didn't see the Law fight for a reason. We're gonna see Blackbeard do some devious shit with this fruit. I think he's gonna start doing vertical earthquakes and shit like that, where the earthquake is gonna move out instead of just like a crack. It's gonna move out in a direction. I think he's gonna start doing. Listen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna start doing some diabolical.
But I think he's gonna put his arms out. He's gonna go for whatever the fuck he's gonna try to charge up. Shanks is gonna teleport to his location, to his toes, and slash upwards, and it's gonna be a dub. I think Shanks,
honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think
honestly, and then Blackbeard's gonna eat that slash because it's only one.
And you know what's crazy? Even if Blackbeard does do all that,
up here, he's gonna get touched by a black hole, and then an earthquake to the face.
You know what I'm concerned? You know what I'm concerned about that fight?
Good night.
I'm concerned because fucking Law. If Law couldn't cut Blackbeard, meaning like separate his body using his devil fruit. That means that Blackbeard's hockey, it means his actual hockey ability is good enough to negate the devil fruit. Which means, if I'm being real, that means
that's so cute.
I do not believe that just a straight up regular you hitting that nigga, it's enough to put him down. It's not. I think he's got that.
You think Shanks is throwing regular attacks?
No, he's not. He's not. But if Law's ability, listen, Law's ability, think about the room. If Law can't separate you from your body, I'm concerned about a regular attack doing real physical damage.
That just means
Law's really supposed to surpass your ability.
That just means you got stronger hockey than Law. Or this just means your hockey is stronger than, Law's will to actually use his ability.
To do that in combat like that, I'm concerned, man. Listen, I'm concerned.
There's Law, and then there's like Shanks. You feel me? Like Law's down here.
I don't know.
And then there's like Shanks' hockey. And it really don't matter, especially if what happened in the anime is a thing where he could just will people's devil fruit back in back
I don't think Shanks could have did what he did to Kid to Law. I don't think he could have done that. I don't think that would have been. I'm not sure of that. If Law had his room open, because if he's preparing to attack,
if he can't use it on Blackbeard, he can't use it on Shanks.
No. I just mean in terms of taking the attack. I don't think that Law would have been one-shotted like that. I don't think that would have happened. I think he still would have lost, but I don't think he would have got one-shotted off rip.
I think Law survives. He may block it, and then his sword gets obliterated, and then there's nothing he can do to continue to fight. I think it's a one-time thing that Law is just smart enough to handle. He's able to think quick enough, and then after that, the fight is over. I don't see Law surviving more than I don't think he wins the fight, but I think he does a lot better than Kid. Is how I'll put it. I think if Shanks comes at him with intent to attack him, I don't think he's just going to stand there and take that. The bar for Kid is, I'm not going to lie, not
Kid is just Kid. Kid has no IQ. Kid has no fight IQ. It doesn't matter how strong he is. I'll be real with you. Kid could be stronger than most of the characters we're talking about. His fight IQ is ass. Nigga is fucking stupid. Like he's dumb. Nigga's dumb.
Yeah, he's not making it. But my thing is with the Law, the Shanks versus Blackbeard fight, even if Shanks ends up falling to a disadvantage, I don't think he's gonna lose anytime soon. The Blackbeard Pirates, they're already down 6 commanders the first 5 minutes into the fight, bro. I don't know what to tell you about that one. They're already down. So whoever's not holding their mans is helping Shanks. And God forbid you get Shanks, Ben Beckman, and Yasop or Lucky Roo in the same room.
I don't disagree that the crews are not equal. The crews are not equal, but I don't think when it comes down to I'm gonna come and take what I need to take, that matters when it comes to Blackbeard. I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think the crews are gonna matter. I think his crew is gonna be there they're gonna do enough to help Blackbeard get the dub. That's it. They're gonna do enough to help him get the dub. They're hoes. They are hoes. I need to remind you something. These are not honorable niggas. It wouldn't be
a strength feat. Then it would just be a
nah. If he takes Shanks out, I'm
by whole tree.
Yes, by whole tree.
By whole activities.
If you can see 20 minutes into the future, you need to avoid whole nigga activities. If
so Blackbeard stronger than Whitebeard?
Yeah. We talking about old Whitebeard. We talking about old Whitebeard. If he's strong, is current Blackbeard stronger than old Whitebeard?
Old Whitebeard.
Yes, I believe that.
Not current Blackbeard. I want the Blackbeard that was at Marineford that lit him up. Is Blackbeard stronger than Whitebeard?
But that's different. He had already fought a
that was whole activity.
He had fought a Kainu and all types of other. That's completely different. If we're talking about right now, do I believe that Blackbeard is stronger than current old Whitebeard? I do believe so. I think he is stronger by a good margin, and I think that Shanks is still probably at that level. I don't think Shanks has gotten like stronger. I think all these niggas are around relative. Kaido and all these niggas are relative to old Whitebeard, whether they're like just a little bit stronger or like, you know what I'm saying?
Shanks is still in his prime.
I think Shanks is strong. Don't get me wrong. I think Shanks is strong. I just don't believe he's covering that gap to the strongest, because now we're talking about in between Gold Roger and like the Yonko generation. That's what we're talking about now. Now we're talking about, because the Yonkos are capped out. We're talking about now, okay, God tier pirates. That's the next level. That's the next strength like level we're talking about. And I think Blackbeard is in between that God level and the Yonko. And I think he's stronger than I do believe currently where he's at, especially once he puts Shanks under. Like, I think he convincingly does it. We're talking about a nigga who's approaching that. He puts down another nigga who's an established pirate. Because Luffy putting down Kaido is putting Luffy's getting there. Luffy is approaching that level.
He took out the whole
Blackbeard is getting. I don't know what we're going up. That's all I'm saying right now. The stocks is high.
Blackbeard is there.
But who
took down the regime? And now he's already.
That's what I'm saying. We're at
the regime.
We're looking at the.
I don't think I have a significant power feat enough for him to actually even put him as a Yonko. If I'm being 100%, the only thing that's really going off of is the fact that he has 2 devil fruits. I get it, nuts. But in terms of like actively like putting down,
how many L's you've seen him
take your place?
How many L's you've seen him take?
Several.
Like losses, like losses.
Not like losses, like in terms of like a fight. Yeah, in terms of like doing what he showed up to do, not many.
His first fight, he pulled up and smoked Ace, and we knew Ace was a second commander in the Yonko group immediately.
Fraudulent.
He pulled up after he just got a new devil fruit. New devil fruit.
I'm gonna lie.
That was pretty.
Listen, I think we're gonna get a retcon. I'm confident we're gonna get a retcon. I'm not gonna. I'm confident.
Ace got hard countered. I'll give it to Blackbeard. That was a win for him, but it's still not enough of a strength feat. You know what I mean? He didn't pull up to somebody who was stronger than him. You know what I'm saying? Luffy's fighting people stronger than him regularly. The only person he fought for the first time stronger than him was like what, Magellan?
Well, let me ask you this: he's at Pirate Island. Why doesn't Admiral not pull up to deal with him? Why is it that nobody but Garp? Why is it that nobody but Garp, right, has the balls to say, you know what? We know where this nigga stay at. We know where this nigga stay at. We know it's nothing but a bunch of whole niggas there. Why?
And now you lost your strongest soldier. You lost your mightiest warrior just now. You lost the hero Garp because Garp went over there recklessly.
What does that say? What does that say?
You go to Pirate Island, you get jumped.
Exactly. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You get jumped off rip.
It's not worth it.
Super jump. After already taking out like 3,000 pirates on the island with one punch.
It's not worth. You're not sending an admiral out to deal with him because it's not worth the confrontation.
And I want to say, Garp only took out fodder. He took out literally 0 people with a name. Zero named characters got put down by Garp.
He was putting work in though.
I'm just gonna put that down.
I mean, technically Shiryu, because we never saw him after he got hit.
Shiryu was looking like he was on the brink of death. All the niggas,
Shiryu got hit once.
All the niggas he
was laughing, but he was hurt.
All the niggas who got touched looked to be in fucking like they were on their last leg. They were the niggas smiling through the blood, like it was crazy. Like, it was
they still smiling. I ain't gonna lie.
Them niggas said, still okay. That's crazy.
Still up.
Even the dude that was the island was like, nah.
Nigga said, fuck. Nigga said my liver.
But that shit hurted.
Nigga punched him in the island and hurt his liver.
I will not participate going forward. Sandwall Wolf, out of commission. in the middle of the ocean.
He was fine too, but he just was like, I don't want to get back up. Don't want to get back in the water.
He was just floating there like, whatever happens at this point, it got nothing to do with me no more.
Yo, bro, that's
I played my part. That again, I'm gonna really be out for real. So let me.
I'm not going back.
I'm hang out
you gotta
out
know
here.
when to fold them. You gotta know when to not get back up. Yeah.
Sometimes your cards ain't it. You look at your hand and it's not for you. You're not in the game. Fold immediately.
Oh
man, nah, it wasn't for him.
Nah,
no one cared how big he was as soon as Garp showed up.
Oh, that's wild, man.
But I think this is a good enough place to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
We'll do a full touch next time.
Yeah.
No break this week, right? So we got 1098 coming up.
1098 coming back.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I think there's a break for
ends.
JJK. We want to talk about.
Oh, I think there is a break for JJK actually.
Yeah. But we're gonna get into that. Next chapter should be fire, so hopefully we'll be able to just.
We can cover both chapters next time too, because it was this last chapter was kind of a info
dump.
Yeah,
even One Piece. There's a lot of info dumps this week.
Yeah,
I respect it though. It'll give a I respect it.
It was necessary. It was necessary for both.
Yeah.
Just a little slow. Yeah.
Bit much. Yeah.
But all right, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. This has been the Urban Anime Podcast. Let us know what you think about the chapters. Let us know what you think about this Mihawk Shanks situation, because I think it's quiet. But all right, we'll catch y'all on the flip.
Later.
Easy, y'all.